Hey everyone, this is Rizwan Syed for NRI News. I have with me today Mr. Rajan Khinvasara, who is the chairman of Manisha Constructions, President BSAM and Vice President BSFI. Welcome to our show, Mr. Raj.
Thank you.
My first question to you is, from constructions to snooker, can you give us some insight into this journey and the passion for snooker?
Construction is my business, and snooker, as you said, is a passion. If I have to talk about construction, that's my bread and butter. I am a developer. We are into IT, residential, commercial, hospitality, business. And since 1974, we are into real estate, and I have taken over into construction activities since 1985. Manisha Construction has begun its construction activity in true sense from 1985. But while doing and making some bucks, we always develop certain passions in life. And my passion, I always like to confess this, snooker and billiards. And I also talk about it every day as my second wife in my life. Today we are in the thrust of developing this green-based sports in a very, very, very big way. And we have succeeded in the past if you see the history, and we will continue to do so.
How do you foresee the passion for snooker catching up with the younger generations in India?
The history will definitely induce them, and we are also trying to do many things for the children. We organize nationals and Asian and world championships in the country, which definitely induce youngsters to play the snooker. And what I mean by history is, this is the sports which we all know has been invented in India. Not only that, this is the sports which has bagged maximum number of world championships for this country. No other sports is closer to this sports. And the medals which this sports has won, if you know, and if we all know rather, Michael Ferreira, Git Sethi, Pankaj Advani, Aditya Mehta, Wilson Jones, and so many to name them, a few, have brought laurels for this country. We have almost nearing 40 gold medals won by our different players in this country, which is not a small, mediocre step. It is a very, very big achievement. And this will also help the children to take these sports, because they can definitely see the light at the end of the tunnel. As we have got so many world championships, why not we also? The youngsters will definitely and are playing and are participating in the national sub-juniors, girls and boys, all are playing. And not only that, my trust is that I am trying to take the sports into the curriculum in the universities and the schools. I'm trying to portray this, or trying to tell the educational institutions to see that this sports is introduced in the grassroots level, at the sub-junior levels in the schools and colleges.
Billiards and snookers is typically a sport which is said to have a demand for a strong infrastructure.
Right.
It's supposed to be a little costly to pursue as a passion, and I think the prize money is also an issue. Now in India, the sport which does well, when quotes if you say, is cricket. You have Tendulkars, and everybody wants to be a Tendulkar.
Right.
Taking this as a background and an understanding of the Indian people, how do you foresee the path which one must follow to make billiards and snookers a popular sports in India?
As far as popularity is concerned, the viewership today is blindly been followed in the light of the IPL and the cricket, which is right and wrong, but I would not like to make a mention about the professionalism of making money out of it. But people and every sports person would like to play to develop that sports skill into him or her. In doing so, when we participate into amateur matches, we don't play for money. Any sports person, even Tendulkar or to that matter, any sports person who started his or her career has started as an amateur. He didn't know, or he doesn't know the future of it. Today, if you talk of Tiger Woods, if you talk of Tendulkar, if you talk of any sports professional players also, like we have Ronnie Sullivan in snooker, John Higgins in snooker, and so many players in the snooker fraternity also, they didn't know that this will fetch them money. A sports person has to have a passion or a liking towards that sports, and automatically they will drive towards what they aim at.
But don't you think that the corporates or the sponsorship world should put in a little more concentration to the sport, or to any sport as a matter of fact, when it needs to be promoted in a country?
Well, we are looking forward for great sponsorships, which last year in Delhi we got for Indian Open. The sponsor is very good response, and you will be very happy to know that the same sponsors are backing us for this event, which we are going to have Indian Open in Bombay from 10th of March to 14th of March. So that shows the sponsors are happy with the value, they get the value for money. One more important step that government has taken in developing any sport is CSR, the corporate social responsibility. And under that umbrella, all these big companies are coming forward to sponsor this or any other events generously. And they definitely get value for that money. And also, every human being has a definitely, and every successful man in this country would definitely have a social responsible aim also. In that spirit also, the big industrial houses and big corporates and banks and even or tourism ministries and sports ministries are backing the sports.
Great. It's really great to hear that Indian Open is going to happen in Mumbai.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you give us some insights about this event, the intensity of the event, and the kind of participation that's going to come in, and what can we expect from it?
Well, this you could gauge from the last year's tournament which we had it in Delhi in La Meridian. This year it is a second lap which we are conducting in Bombay at Grand Hyatt Kalina, that is Bombay. We have 64 best players in the world, along with 6 wild cards that we have got. One person, which is Aditya Mehta, who lost unfortunately at the finals with Jing Hui of China, and he is qualified directly. So we guaranteed to have 7 players to play in Bombay. So 64 international players plus 7 Indians or 8 Indians. And you will be very surprised to see that we have 75 countries showing live telecast of this very, very good step and very, very constructive step that TV people have come forward to show this all the matches live. And we will have millions of viewers on this earth. Mostly 75 countries. I would definitely try to see that every country on this earth would be showing live telecast of all these 5 days beautiful event. And it is a lifetime achievement for Bombayites and Maharashtrians and Indians in particular to see them live, or maybe coming to Bombay to view them, see their spectacular show of snooker.
Mr. Rajan, this is really great that 75 countries are going to telecast this event live. It's a sport which is coming up in India. Now, what about in India? If the viewers want to see this in India, where do they see? On what channel do they see this?
Well, we will disclose that very soon within a week's time. And mostly everybody can easily view on their respective.
So India is also going to have a live telecast of this?
Obviously.
Right, good. Now, as we're talking about snooker, we've said that snooker is a good sport too. It has a promising future. Can you tell us something about the sport snooker itself? When the viewers in India are going to see this out, and we want to create a passion for them. So let the younger generation understand the sport. So how do they see and enjoy the sport? Can you give us some insights about the sport snooker?
As I told you earlier, it is invention of Indian origin only, the sports. And I also told you about the viewership they will see on the TV, and they will definitely be induced because of the history and the world medal, gold medals that our sports personalities have won in the past decades. So definitely they will view at their respective houses, clubs, and you will be surprised. I was in UK and I could see this sports being live telecast and viewed in every street of UK, every pub, tube stations and restaurants and hotels and clubs and everywhere. And it was a total kind of mela of snooker happening in UK when I was viewing it in UK.
Well, that's great. So, with a note that the Indian Open Snooker Championship in Mumbai also turns out to be a great mela and a great inspiration for our younger generations to follow the sport and enjoy the sport. Thank you very much, Mr. Rajan.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All the best to you.